And I welcome you to another episode of The Telescope, Cost of Global Fuel Crisis on Malawi's Economy. My name is Alinafe Mlamba, a Malawian journalist working with Zodiac Broadcasting Station. In this episode, we are soliciting views from John Kapito of the Consumer Association of Malawi, CAMA. But first, let's take a quick recap of our previous episode.
We have organized these demos just because the cost of living is just very high.
The economy currently is on its deathbed. The key players whom we entrust to run or manage our economy, they are failing terribly.
Fundamentals at that time dictated actually that we should indeed adjust the prices. Because if you are importing a product at a higher price, it may not make sense to sell it here at a lower price.
The festive season is here and Malawians are still grappling with the economic environment. While it dates back to the decision by the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority to hike pump prices, the festive season would not be as festive for most Malawians.
Well, the difference which I can say is that currently as we look at the economical difficulties and because of restrictions from traveling bans as well as the income of Forex, you find that families, they don't have enough spending. Looking good, immediately after this, they'll be paying fees and different other things. But all in all, we say things comes to give us more hope and an understanding of how the world goes. People, they don't have enough spending money.
The previous year, people would get comfortable and go buy things. They'll want to spend Christmas with a lot of people, surrounded by different people. But then this Christmas is not similar to those ones. I'm unable to go spend time with my friends due to the fear of COVID-19. I have to spend it with just my family members.
Remember, this is The Telescope and we're looking at the cost of global fuel crisis on Malawi's economy. John Kapito is from the Consumer Association of Malawi. What is his take on the cost of living, considering that prices of commodities are going up?
It's a difficult situation really for Malawian consumers because really our study and our information on the market has really shown that the cost of living has gone up sharply and the prices of goods are going up on a daily basis. And I do not understand how, as consumers, we are managing the current economic, challenges that we are facing. It's unbelievable, and God is great because it is quite humiliating and to some extent, I think, annoying to certain consumers. Just to appreciate why over a short period life has turned down upside down. Goods have gone up by almost 90%, and when we talk about cooking oil has gone up by about 150%, and almost everything that anchors on life, that supports life, has gone up sharply, including rentals, water, electricity. Everything has just simply gone up beyond the reach of every Malawian and beyond what every consumer believes as earning an income.
Now, as it is, do you see things stabilizing and the livelihoods of Malawians improving anytime soon?
I don't see anything improving on the market. I don't see anything improving in terms of government interventions. Because to begin with, the government as the custodian of our taxes does not have even money. Doesn't have money. It's in a huge debt at the moment as we are talking about. And when a government has really gone, I would say, I don't want to use bankrupt, but the government is in a huge debt, like the way ours is. It will take us a long time to come out of this mess and get the economy back on the highway. And it would require a number of interventions on the market and in the way government behaves. If the government behaves the same as it has behaved in the last 5 or 6 years, or the past 2 years or 1 year, then things are not to get back. We need to address our issues, our priorities, and make sure that I think we are only doing those things that can maybe get the economy back on the street. Our expenditure is just too much. We are spending money beyond our means. And that, I think, is something that we can control. We have so much of unnecessary baggage within government and within our other systems that we know we can offload. For example, we have said, this time, given that our taxes, the one that we pay to give government to use, are too small, why can't government begin to understand and reform the government systems? For example, even reduce the number of ministers that we have. We cannot afford them as consumers because they're costing us a lot and they're making the cost of living become high. The number of presidential advisors that the president has, he doesn't need all that team, given that the current situation is not, we cannot afford as consumers. But what is the end is our money. Their lifestyle is just beyond us. We can't afford it. Then we are talking about the other leakages within government where corruption is high. If we continue with the levels of corruption that we have right now, it will take us a long time to get back on the street. But furthermore, if we do not have a good economic plan, a plan that we believe can transform the economy, and be able to take us to what we would think, that then we can create employment, we can start producing and exporting, and we can begin to start seeing the people in the local villages.
As we conclude with our discussion, some people have a view that this needs a political solution. As a consumer rights body, do you agree with such ideas?
Yes, the current situation requires a political situation. Because some of the anger is really political than economic. Some of the big anger that we are seeing, that's something that we saw again in 2018, 2019. Much of the anger was political in nature. People did not care much whatever was happening around them. And today, again, when you see on the ground, there is a leadership that is in place. What we can do is to sit down, come up with answers. How all of us as Malawians we can work together. This idea of it is us, it is our time, and therefore we cannot share this cake.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Kapito.
Much appreciated.
And that's about what we had for you in this episode of Cost of Global Fuel Crisis on Malawi's economy. This is The Telescope, and I've been your host, Alinafe Mlamba. Be there again as we bring you the next episode on the cost of global fuel crisis on Malawi's economy. On behalf of the technical team, thank you for subscribing. Goodbye for now.